We're basically collaborating with Studio3, a fairly new yoga studio in Upland. David and Jennifer, owners, and also Amber, one of the instructors, and they're basically certified yoga instructors. I want to walk through how do they incorporate their motion with the body and also breathing, like I talked to Jennifer earlier about, to get their body to relax, handle more stress, and stay healthy. So Dave, we talked a second ago, David, how we get the body to relax. Walk me through your story and how you got into this and how you're maintaining, especially now that you're retired from teaching, why you're doing this full time.
Well, I walked into yoga about 20 years ago through a near-death experience, and through that I grew into the fact that I need to maintain my health and wellness. And a friend of a friend said I should try yoga, and 20 years later, here we are. So what that taught me, first of all, was to focus on the breath as a first priority in being involved in yoga. And then secondarily, there are various postures that we do that increase muscle tone, strengthability, and flexibility.
Walk me through the breathing thing too, as Jennifer mentioned that before too. How does the breathing work with yoga?
Well, it's important that you breathe from your diaphragm and that you basically are filling the diaphragm downward so that between every single posture, the lungs in the thoracic cavity are filled so that you can use that as fuel to generate the energy for the next posture.
Fantastic. That people just wouldn't know that too.
Right. Usually they pant or they're out of breath, the cardio's too high. And a large portion of the yoga practice is learning how to become conscious of your breathing as a first defense in maintaining a regimen of a pretty vigorous yoga flow.
As you progress into the different classes for one too.
Exactly.
Okay. Jennifer, tell me about your story.
So I've always had issues with body image from a young child, all the way through adulthood. And I wanted to provide an experience where people would have a sense of community and feel good about themselves, whether they're, any body size, any body shape.
Sure.
And with our, society and culture and, lots of body shaming going on, I wanted to provide a safe environment and culture for people to come in and become in touch with their body and become one with their body, their breath and their movements.
Fantastic. And being still teaching too at Upland High School, why do you instruct also? Or is that a great part of that too?
It's important to be mindful of our own sense of persona, who we are, how we present ourselves to others. And if you're very stressed out, anxious, you're going to create that culture of stress and anxiety. So by bringing my experiences here into the studio, it helps people understand, our clients understand how to remain calm, how to think through different meditative strategies to get through sometimes it's a very stressful day.
And scientifically it's proven that when your body's more relaxed, your stress hormones calm down, your body relaxes, your short-term memory is easier, long-term memory especially works really well. There's a lot of studies on body motion to brain stimulation to keep your brain healthy overall, too, especially being a teacher and working with students.
Absolutely.
And Abby, tell me your story. Why are you here?
I'm here because I got injured over a year ago, about a year and a half ago. I pulled a muscle doing a more strenuous type of workout in my leg, and it was actually causing my leg to go numb, and I had a lot of pain in my hip, not a lot of flexibility. And I actually got to the point where my doctor said, you can't exercise at all.
Wow.
And I'm not that type of person. I like to move, I like to be active. So I found yoga here at Studio3, and I just kept working through slowly, working through my poses and my breath and gaining my flexibility, my strength back. And at this point, it's been over a year and my leg has no issues. My
Fantastic.
muscle is better. My leg does not go numb, and I'm feeling myself getting stronger and more confident with myself.
And with yours too, why did you become an instructor here? You're not just a client.
I've always liked the teaching aspect. I like to help, and that's part of what I do as my normal job also.
What do you do?
I'm a probation officer.
Okay, wow. Okay.
So in addition to dealing with stress that I have with my normal 9-to-5 job, I like to teach. I like to help people. That's why I got into that career. So here I just think it kind of gives me the opportunity to teach and help other people recover if they're injured, or to gain more strength if, you know, they're feeling a little bit weaker in their legs or in their arms. It gives me that opportunity to teach and help people, which is what I love to do.
And I'm going to start with you with this question too. How do you, for example, a new client, a new student of yoga, how do you get them to understand mentally and physically the benefits and walking through the struggles of understanding how yoga works versus normal exercise like weightlifting, things like that? How do you work with your clients?
I like to tell them my personal experience and what kind of led me to yoga, because I have done the boot camps, I have done the kickboxing, I grew up being a swimmer my whole life, and you know, so I have that experience with rigorous exercise, and knowing that in the year that I've been here compared to the 20 years that I've been doing the rigorous exercise, I feel more strength here, I feel more balanced. Mentally, I feel a lot healthier and a lot stronger. So I try to give my new students my experience of what I've gone through, so that they can see that, you know, no matter where you're at when you start, you know, a year from now or 6 months from now, you can be a totally different person like I am.
Fantastic. And David too, walk me through, what's the men on the mats class I saw you have? I haven't seen that before.
Well, a lot of times people think that yoga is something that isn't rigorous enough for them. They think they need to go to boot camp, lift weights, CrossFit, whatever it might be. And in yoga, there's a spectrum of everything from Hatha yoga, which is a gentle flow, to Ashtanga, which can be very rigorous, where you'll leave the mat with a pool of sweat. So one of the things that we offer is for those gentlemen that want more in terms of the physicality of motion, the Ashtanga series will leave them with significant strength and flexibility, as well as muscle tone, very similar to what they get in a CrossFit. The journey is longer. It's not going to take you 3 months to 6 months. It's going to take you a year, maybe more, to really begin to feel super benefits like the chiseled abs and that sort of thing, but it will happen. And it's also gentler. It's low impact. You're less likely to tear muscles and really damage your body with sudden and impacting regimens such as kickboxing and that sort of thing. So that's what Men on the Mat is about.
And what age range do you usually work with?
I have students right now that are in their mid-20s all the way to 67-ish.
That's great.
78.
One gentleman's 78 years old.
Fantastic.
That's working with us right now with Men on the Mat. And based on the audience that appears in a class, we'll adjust the rigor, of course.
Okay.
But basically, one of the advantages of a small studio is you know everybody, you know their capabilities over time, and therefore we can say, okay, for this particular audience, this is the peak of rigor for today. If it was a different audience, it might be different.
You can modify it per
Exactly.
client or
There's
student.
modification adjustments that can occur.
And with your experience too, you told your story already. How do you incorporate that with your new clients also, new students, and get them to understand how to bridge that gap where you want them to get to, or they might want to get to, and how to get them slowly, either how patient you have to be with them, or how do you mentally get them to understand that?
We talk often with our clients, with our.
So it's not
we
just
call
show
my
up and do
yoga
a
family,
class, you
our
don't just, you
community.
actually interview them or talk to them beforehand.
Absolutely. We find out, have they done yoga before? How often have they practiced? Are they new? Do they have any issues? You know, any injuries or any? And most importantly, we ask them what they want. What do they want to achieve from the practice, from the experience, and why are they here? And why is it important for them? And you know, when they share their story and find connections between any of us, then again, I feel like they find a sense of community here. They find a sense that this is a safe place where they can come and be with like-minded people.
That's fantastic. And David, working, now being retired, you have the hours in the morning also?
Yes, we have 9 o'clock regimen, 10 a.m. as well, and that's Monday through Thursday. We're dark on Friday. It's our day of rest.
Good for
and
you.
then half-day weekends.
Great. Anything else to add?
We're good.
Good. All right. Well, hopefully this video works. And the biggest thing is, I shoot these videos because I want people to understand how to stay healthy. My biggest thing, and I'll step in too, is how to get people to understand it's not just chiropractic, it's not just eating, it's not just, if you want to call it spiritual too, you have to move. You have to get your body to move somehow, some way. Maybe something starting light stretching at home, progressing to a studio like this, which is basically beneficial for most people. Or also, what do you want to do? What do you like to do? If you swam before, do you like to swim? Okay. but finding out where you are, how to stay healthy is the really goal. Okay? Any questions, give us a call. I'm going to give the studio information to you at the bottom of the notes of both the video on Facebook and also on YouTube and also on my website. So give them a call, please. Do an interview, do a consultation, see where you are and how you can work on your body, keep your body healthy. Have a great day.
All right, thank you.
That's it.